Hey guys, it's your average lady, back at it again with a Sims 4 video. In this one, I am attempting to build a tiny home. Now, this sounds fun, but the twist is, I don't have the tiny living stuff back, therefore I don't get the perks that come with tiny houses, and I don't get the tile counter. But still, I thought it would be fun to create a tiny home and see if I could successfully make one. Now you can see here I built kind of a shell and I made most of it on a diagonal. That is not because I have brain damage, that is because diagonal tiles are slightly bigger than tiles that are horizontal or vertical, and therefore it feels more spacious. The things still take as much space as they do on regular tiles, but hey, it looks bigger, which is fun. And don't mind the roofing on this, it was a shit show. I still sometimes have nightmares about it, just let it be. Thank you. And now this home, I decided to make for 3 or 4 Sims. So the Sims I made for this are just random Sims, I'm not attached to them, but it's basically a mother and her 2 kids. Sorry about that, there's a guy burning donuts in the middle of the parking lot I'm in right now. Thanks, dude. So yeah, my house is gonna be a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and I'm gonna be using bunk beds because they just came out and I'm excited about them. They look fun. Now the 2 kids are gonna be sharing a bedroom, hence the double bed, hence the bunk bed situation, you know? But I still want it to be big enough for them to both have their spaces, like 2 desks and stuff. We'll see how that goes. Also, since it's a small house, I wanted to put a lot of windows in it. It didn't quite go as planned, but hey. I also decided to make this a starter home because what could be more fun than having a limited budget and limited space? Isn't that fun? But I don't really run into any problems with the money until the end. So it was pretty much fine. Also, since I only have the base game and I don't have the tiny stuff back, I can't count my tiles. Well, yes, I can physically count my tiles, but the game doesn't do it for me. So you're just gonna have to trust me. I counted these tiles and it's 63.5 tiles, which is amazing because a tiny house is 32 to 64 tiles. So it works, okay? It works when you count the tiles. And yes, I did count these, and yes, I had to recount 4 times because I was very sleep deprived and not sure what I was doing, but it was worth it. I have 63.5 tile. Bathroom was quite simple. A toilet, a shower, a sink. The basics. I didn't put in a bath because do I look like someone who has the money and the space to put in a bath? No, sir. Also put in a little dining table with 3 chairs because because I did make 3 Sims. But your Sims never sit at the same time anyway. Who are we kidding? Also, I have to tell you all that I hate base game beds. The swatches are weird on it. That's the last weird it looks, but it's still pastel blue, which is sad. Also, I couldn't fit 2 bedside tables, so I only fit 1. But your Sims can scooch on the other side of the bed, probably. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So you just gotta hope your Sims will scooch over. Also put in a lamp next to the bed, but I didn't want it to be a lamp that goes on the desk because on the desk I put a little stack of books that also works as a bookshelf. Therefore, you have skill buildings and fun, because this house will be functional. And this time I actually playtested it. I know, who am I? Also had a lot of fun and kind of liked the fact that I could mix and match the bed swatches. They didn't need to be identical. I liked that. Tried to put in a wardrobe. It wasn't really nice. It clashed a little bit. So I just put in a dresser instead. And it was orange. So you might have guessed that the theme of this bedroom is orange and black. As sad as this sounds. Is this a little Halloweeny? Maybe. But at this point, what kid isn't a little Halloweeny? Now scooching everything into the walls, because we did have move objects on. And as cramped as this looks, it actually fits. Wanted to put a computer on the desk, but that's when I remembered I was on a budget, and almost half of my budget was gone. I didn't have a living room, and my walls weren't painted. So yeah, I paced myself on the computer. We ended up not putting one, but we did get a big-ass TV, so do with that as you please. Tried to make a wall-mounted TV of this cheap TV. It did not work at all. So I ended up just buying the real wall-mounted TV that is like $300. I'm sorry, $3,000. And some sliding glass doors. I know little Simsy would not be proud of me because she thinks these look like shit. But I kind of like them, and they're quite realistic. Switching the TV and the door over, not realizing there is a bathroom door there, so I couldn't put a coffee table, but it's fine. I tried to push the bathroom one bigger so that I can move the door, but diagonal tiles, as fun as they are a little funky, so it wouldn't fit. And that just didn't work because the TV was pointing at a corner. How do you make a living room out of that? So yeah, I just ended up putting the TV there, and it looks a bit funky, but who cares? And yes, your Sims can walk through this. I have playtested it. I am very proud that I took the time to playtest my shit. I usually don't. Even putting some rugs. Are we not Art Deco or what? Wait, that didn't make sense. Never mind, I'm very tired. This is my last day of internship. I have to go be an intern in like 3 hours. I am sleep deprived. I am doing my best at this voiceover. Please just let me be. I built this weekend when I still had time, and now I'm voicing over it, and I have to remember what the fuck I was thinking making the floor white. Because honestly, it looks aesthetically pleasing, but in this story there are 2 boys that live there, and kids and white floors don't exactly match in real life. It's not a very good thing to have white furniture when you have kids. Let's put it that way. But hey, maybe these kids are particularly well behaved for their age. Who knows? Trying to find an accent wall for the kitchen. Ended up going with the classic white brick. I think so far I've put white brick in every single one of my builds on this channel. Trying to figure out what color to put the rest of the walls. Ended up putting them beige, because that's funky. Right now I feel like I'm putting everything in my life beige. Like, I went to buy clothes last month and I only bought like beige pants and very mild things. I repainted my room at my parents'. It used to be lime green and teal, and it is now beige. So yes, I am beigifying my life. It's less sad than it sounds, I swear. I'm not desperate or anything. It just makes the room look big, and I don't know, it fits with everything. Go beige. Trying to put some plants. Sizing up plants doesn't always go as planned. But hey, I got some plants in the corner, and that's pretty much all the decoration I put. Maybe I put some paintings on the wall, but I'm not even sure I did that. Trying again to put a coffee table, remembering there's a door. You know, the good old loop. Also, my boyfriend has been playing a lot of chess these days. And I'm terrible at chess, so I can't really play with him. So he plays online instead. And if any of you guys are a chess fan or a chess player, and you'd like to take on my boyfriend, he needs friends. Oh yeah, adding windows here and there. Good old time trying to add windows on that wall, realizing nowhere fits, and then simply removing the windows. There are no windows on that wall. It looks funky from the outside, but I don't care. Now for the outside, I don't know what it is with me and columns, but I suck at them. I suck at placing columns. I never know how to place them or where to place them. And they're always a little out of place, and I can't alt place them for some reason. So that was very difficult. I tried to hide it with roof trims. It didn't work. So instead I just put a wall with an archway in it and pretended it was fine. You know, as one does. See? It's fine. Everything's fine. It doesn't look weird. You're weird. Also trying to make a little balcony, but couldn't use the tool for it. I couldn't make a balcony because, well, it counted as tiles, so I just painted the grass. Added some grills so that your sim would always automatically grill shit against your will, because that's always fun. And then I thought, hey, there are kids in this house. Maybe they would need some fun. Oh, never mind, that's not what I thought. I thought, shit, I need to paint my walls. So I went for the brick and clapboard combination, classic suburban. Tried to make it half brick, half clapboard, but it wouldn't work, so I just made it full clapboard. Even added some trees. Tried to hide all of my mistakes with trees. And yeah, I thought about putting a tree right in front of the house so that nobody would see how messed up it was. Ended up refraining my envies to do that and just putting 2 regular schmingler trees. And a pathway, of course. That was way too long, so I moved the house forward, messing up all of my balcony. So I had to replace everything by hands. It was fine. It was fine. I didn't suffer at all. And that is when I thought, hey, I have kids. I should make them a playground. Or at least a fenced-in backyard so that they don't get abducted or something. And all of the base game fences look a little funky. So I just went with hedges instead. Because, well, they looked a little less funky than the rest of the stuff. It was my best option, okay? Also, I did the bars for the kid to ramble on. What are words at this point? Am I even saying stuff? Do I make sense? I don't know. But I made a playground. It was fine. It was fun. I wanted my playground to be sandy. Because, well, every playground is sandy, isn't it? And I didn't feel like paying for sand, so I just used the terrain tool. It was kind of painful, not gonna lie. But it ended up turning out alright, I think. I hope. You tell me. Then there was this whole blank space in the backyard, but I was running out of money quickly, so I just moved the table and called it a day. And with the $500 I had left, I added some plants and some planter boxes. And there you go, guys. That's my house. I made a base game only starter home, tiny home. Oh, that was shit to say. You know what I meant. Also, my sim is a snob because I randomized her traits and she was bored by my decor, and I felt very offended by that. But it's fine. It's whatever. It's a base game home. It's a starter home. You're not supposed to like the decor. But yeah, I tested everything in the house to make sure everything was functional. And yeah, everything worked in the house. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.